So I'm filming because he's moving around now, and he's like a lot more active. Um, Yesterday when I found him, he was alongside I think one of his siblings, but the bird was already dead. It was like a little baby bird, and he's probably just the big one of the nest. I think he's got those lung parasites. Like I thought he was gonna die yesterday, so I was just trying to give him like a comfortable place, and then it like rained later, so like he didn't like freeze to death. Because I don't think anyone wants to like really die alone or cold. So it was more like hospice, but like he just started hopping around and stuff. I've been feeding him like bits of my sandwich, so looks like he's shivering a bit. He's not hopping around so much. He hopped over here from over there. Sometimes if you like use art like auditory cues, like I can like chirp, 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 chirp. But yeah, I'll do that, and then sometimes that would be like a cue, and he'll open up to eat. Like he just started eating today. Uh, I thought about taking a video yesterday, but it was just like too sad. But so and I mean, he pooped yesterday, so he ate at somewhat recently. But I think he was just like a day without food or something. And I got a lot of the mites off of him that were on the outside, so that helps. And also like he was probably like just kicked out the nest, so like just that shock of like hitting the ground or whatever, and then not knowing what to do, and like he was just like he just completely sat still like this when I picked him up, but he wasn't even moving around like at all, and like most of the time he was just like laying down like on the verge of death. But I brought him out because it's important for them to get sunlight, and I figured the plants offer additional oxygen, and so I'm like looking up like what are the actual oxygen requirements of the body, and I guess his organs can kind of like suffer from the lack of oxygen. uh I don't know, I really haven't done a YouTube video in a while. I don't really like actually feel like doing any, but it's just I don't know what's going on. It's really uncomfortable sitting like this. Chirp chirp. um yeah, just pulling off my sandwich. It's kind of random when he opens his mouth to eat because he hasn't like fully figured out. This is actually a lot more activity than what he had yesterday. Yeah, he started hopping around, so I was like, all right, well, I'll pull out the camera, and then he just sort of stopped by a tree. I do notice that they'll even on the verge of death though they'll get like a burst of energy, and they're like, I don't know, it really makes me contemplate like it's like he could be on the verge of death right now, but he's like trying his hardest to live and do something. Like he could be on the verge of death and he'll be still like trying to chirp, and he's like just a kid, and it's just like being robbed of life that early. but still trying to make the most of it, or even like how do they deal with the acceptance of death. Or even like, oh, I'm out here. I wouldn't normally like. I'd normally be probably like still asleep right now. And then I heard of this thing called the motive force, the great turner of all wheels, but it was from the perspective of like Warhammer 40K, so like the grim dark future. And there was a servitor. So basically, they cybernetically augment you, so that you are suitable for menial labor for like 20 hours a day. Well, I can't feed you over there. Let's put you right here. Whoa. Jumped out. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened. But I mean, you're definitely doing a lot better than you did yesterday, and you didn't. Definitely would have died. Like just sitting out on the hot sidewalk, dehydrating, and then having cold ass rain hit you all night. It's food, food, food. Chirp, 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 chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, 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 chirp. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most time it doesn't work. It's really hard to get him to eat. Like he doesn't understand that I'm like feeding him fully. He understands it more now, but like the concept to open his mouth to get food like did not occur at all yesterday, except like towards like maybe like once I got him to. Then this morning he was like woke up and started begging for food, and he's like sort of getting the idea now. But that's why I basically just carry a little piece of food. I'm gonna focus on making sure he's safe, whatever, because I don't want to drop him again, and it's partly because I was like trying to film. So